Statistics say that a Sonic fan is born every minute, and with your donation of less than $1 a day, we will find a cure. But until then, I'm going to take it upon myself to give new fans 5 must-play Sonic games. This list is in chronological order and not in order of quality, and we will be covering games that came out before 2010 and the meta era, seeing as those games aren't quite as accessible as ones after that. This is just my opinion. You should play every Sonic game, except for Forces. So without further ado, let's talk about the first must-play game. You've gotta play the first one! Sonic the Hedgehog was released in 1991 to compete with Mario, and boy did it compete!
Wow, Sonic's fast too!
With blast processing and speedy smooth gameplay, Sonic spin dashed into everyone's hearts, even though he didn't have the spin dash yet. The first game was, of course, a 2D side-scroller where Sonic chases down Eggman and tries to stop him from enslaving the tiny animals. The reason new fans should play this game is it's a rite of passage. You gotta try out the very first game. You've gotta see where it all started. Sure, it's not quite as good as some of the other classic games, but it's probably got the most historical significance of any of those classics. I do recommend playing all of those classic mainline games, but I don't know if you have to, seeing as the classic era is barely used anymore. Sonic Adventure is the first traditional 3D Sonic game, and while some may say it aged poorly,
oh yay, this is us!
I still say it's phenomenal. This game was the first to have a fully fleshed out story, taking place through the perspective of multiple characters, a gameplay structure that would show up plenty of times going forward. This was also when our classic characters got their new modern look that we still pretty much have today. The game follows Sonic and friends trying to stop Dr. Eggman from powering up this new mysterious monster called Chaos and trying to take over the world with him. The reason new fans should try this one out isn't just the historical significance, even though it's got plenty of that, but also to see the starting point of how Sonic games would be going forward from the classic era, the origins of characters' personalities, and how the characters originally sounded, seeing as this was their first game with full voice acting. Sonic Adventure 1 is just all around an awesome game. Sonic Adventure 2 is obviously the sequel to Sonic Adventure 1. This game takes what Adventure did, modifies it a bit, and also condenses the stories. Adventure 2 also had you not only playing as the heroes, but also as the villains, with 2 separate stories playing as 3 characters each. Sonic and the gang have to stop Eggman and Shadow the Hedgehog from taking over the world. But while Eggman is focused on world domination, Shadow may have ulterior motives. The reason new fans should play this game is because it's the best one. The best story, the best gameplay, the best music, everything.
Hey, Julio, Fletcher McGee, Rainchild, Zeke Jr.
I get it! Okay, that's just my opinion. But seriously, this game has one of, if not the biggest impacts on the series as a whole, giving the story way more stakes than it ever has before, introducing one of the most beloved characters in the whole series, actually 2 of them, and giving a Sonic game the grandiose feeling it really deserves. This game is a straight-up masterpiece. Speaking of masterpieces, Sonic the Hedgehog, aka Sonic 06, was a game meant to be a soft reboot for the series, taking a lot of inspiration from Sonic Adventure 1. It had 3 main characters, each having their own separate stories taking place at the same time, each with their own unique playstyles. This game was rough. It was extremely rushed for release, so what was meant to be the triumphant return of the great Sonic game turned out to be one of the biggest blows to Sonic legacy at that point. Underbaked in-game graphics, horrible glitches, with really wonky physics and controls makes this game the dooziest of doozies. The reason fans should play this game is the sheer spectacle of it. You'll hear about this game from almost every Sonic fan, but you have to see it for yourself. And honestly, even with all its issues, it's still a really interesting game and you can have fun with it, especially going in knowing it's not going to work very well. Plus, I think the story is actually pretty cool. Very weird, but still very cool. Last but not least, Sonic Unleashed. This was the first of the 3D Boost era games, making it the fastest Sonic had ever felt to that point, until the sunset. Because when the clock strikes dark, Sonic transforms into the Werehog. This game has Sonic racing around the world trying to restore it after Eggman blew it apart. The reason new fans should play this game is simply because it's so good. For being the first 3D Boost style game, it's insane that it's still one of, if not the best of them all. Sure, people have issue with the Werehog gameplay, but it's not as bad as some people make it out to be. Yes, the daytime Sonic stages are the highlight, but the Werehog can be really fun if you give it a chance. Not to mention the story and the writing is very good as well. And don't get me started on how beautiful this game is. The graphics, the animation, the art style. Mwah. Beautiful. Do you agree with my list? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time on The Z-Man Show.